Short exercise 14-7. We're going to issue a bond at a discount. So O1 Company issued $110,000 worth of bonds. They pay 11% and they're 10-year bonds. The price they got is 94. So remember, bond prices are stated as a percentage. So they got 94% of $110,000. So we know we're getting cash. That's why we issue bonds. And cash is going up, so therefore our cash is going to be debited. So we have to calculate what's 94% of 110,000. So here's the calculation. 110,000 times 0.94 gives us 103,400. 103,400. And we also know we have a liability now. So we need to increase the liability. How do we increase liabilities? With a credit. So I'm going to skip a line, as you'll see why. So we have bonds payable. So in 10 years, we're going to have to pay $110,000. Because when the bonds mature, we have to pay the face value. So now, as you see, this transaction does not balance. So we can figure out the balancing amount and then put the balancing amount on the smaller side. So to do that, we take 110,000 minus 103,400, and we get $6,600. So when we add this and this, they now equal this. Debits equal credits. So what is this account called? Well, we know we issued these bonds at a discount. How do we know we issued them at a discount? Because the price we got was less than 100%. It's 94%. So we issued them at a discount. Therefore, this amount, this balancing amount, is going to be called discount on bonds payable. And we need a explanation. Issued bonds at a discount. Well done. Requirement 2. Journalize the payment of semi-annual interest and amortization of the bond discount or premium on July 1st, 2024. So notice we issued the bonds on January 1st, and how often do we pay interest on bonds? Semi-annually, which means twice a year, which means every 6 months, which in this case means we need to pay the interest on July 1st, which is 6 months after January 1st. So we know we're going to have to pay cash. So I'm going to skip a few lines, which you'll see why later. Cash is going to go down. Cash is going down, so it's going to be a credit. So now we have to calculate the cash amount. So remember, the interest calculation is principal times rate times time. The principal is 110,000. The rate is 11%, so 0.11, and we pay bond interest every 6 months. So multiply that times 6 divided by 12, or multiply it by a half, or divide by 2. So 110,000 times 0.11 times 6 divided by 12 gives us a cash payment of $6,050. So cash is going to go down by 6,050. So notice we've got this discount on bonds payable account with a balance of $6,600. So we have to slowly get rid of this account over the life of the bond. So over these 10 years, we have to slowly lower this account. And lowering or reducing is just called amortization. So we're going to take this amount, $6,600, and split it up over 10 years. And every time we record our bond interest payment, we're going to amortize this. So we need to amortize this $6,600. Remember, amortize just means to reduce it or spread it out over 10 years, and then over the twice year payment. So $6,600 spread out over 10 years is $660 per year. Divide that by 2, because there's 2 interest payments per year. That means we have to amortize this account $330 every 6 months. So how do I lower this account called discount on bonds payable? Well, notice it has a debit account. So we're going to have to lower it on the opposite side. So $330, and we need to get rid of that discount on bonds payable. And because we are paying interest, we know we have interest expense, and interest expense is increasing, therefore we need to debit that account. And the amount that we debit is we're just going to take the two credits, add them up, and we get $6,380. So what's happening is over time, because we issued these bonds at a discount, that is increasing our interest expense by $330 every 6 months. Paid semi-annual interest and amortize the discount. Now, a lot of companies like to issue their bonds at a discount because it increases their interest expense. And why would a company want to increase an expense? Because that lowers their profit and therefore lowers their taxes.